Good evening, and welcome to Rock Truth Radio. I am your host, Selena K, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inerrant, and the final authority for all. Rock Truth is founded on He who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. RockSingle podcast is a cross-cultural response to the economic and social climate of today's relationship scene. RockSingle will teach you how to maneuver and still be kingdom-minded throughout your relationship experiences. Our aim is to help repair the fallen and bring a man with a kingdom mindset. The podcast seeks to inspire and enlighten and highlight upcoming and establish new kings and queens of character. While promoting Black consciousness and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong. It is indeed a kingdom renaissance. Let me tell you something. This beat go hard.
I know. I'm sitting here thinking like this beat right here. They do the little bring it back. Oh yes.
No, it's funny because it's like a whole mood. Like if a mood was a sound, like that could be a mood. Like that beat could be like a mood.
I swear to soul. Oh, that was so cool. Shout out to Taylor and Janae Inc. That was a dope beat. Queens, welcome.
Hi, sis.
Hey.
Good evening.
I gotta share this. I totally was like seriously vibing to that beat. That beat was dope. How's your day? Jatai's here. Did she tell you?
Oh, you in the G? You in the big G?
Yes.
I am. Yes.
Tell us about
Yes. Yeah, I am currently on my way to Walmart as we speak. In Indiana, yes.
Everybody loves to hear when there's a Walmart. Like that is like the captain. That is like the Captain Saver, but not
Listen,
Man,
when
Wally
you hear,
World
when you
was
hear,
like the whole town when I was in school at Truman. Like that was like the only store. It was that and a Buckle next to it. So everybody had clothes from there and Buckle.
Oh wow!
listen, when you hear there's a Walmart, it's like you know what, all's going to be well. All is going to be well. If
Go browsing. I'm gonna find
need
something.
a shirt, if we forgot the soap, the toothbrushes, we just is okay because Walmart is here.
When we went to Wisconsin Dells, that was the first place we got all our food and all whatever extra incidentals we needed at Walmart.
Listen,
One-stop shop.
I am currently on my way to Walmart to purchase some juice. Okay, juice and nothing. Right now, that's all I need. I probably will be done within the next 5 days.
Okay.
But yeah,
Walmart and Aldi.
Okay, and Aldi is on the other side right down the street. So you need to go there, sir. You are like 5 minutes from Aldi. It's amazing.
oh, see, you know what? I should have brought my air fryer.
She got one.
Yes.
She got one.
She said you got one. Okay, I'm almost finished sharing. Okay. This be taking forever now. Like they done mixed up all.
Yeah, they changed it. It's like you got to double tap, like you sharing it directly to your page or a group, like it pops up the groups first. So if you write something out in the group thing, you can't just share it on your regular page. Like it makes you rewrite all of whatever you was writing to go with it. Yeah, I got caught up like that a couple of times. I'm like, I don't remember what I wrote, so I had to go and find the post and copy and paste.
That is key. People don't know that that's key. That's a little magic secret. Go back, copy, paste from the other right on in that thing.
Okay.
I'm about posting. I really, really do. I
don't do that with your papers and stuff in school. Don't do that because they actually have like the online classes and stuff. They have like a thing where you got to submit your paper through it, and it runs it through like for plagiarism. It checks all of that. Like if you have one too many words and you didn't correctly cited and all of that stuff, like they can click out, whatever is a miss, like, the professor goes through and double checks like what it flagged. And then if too many of them flags don't get unchecked, like you have to be like 98%, or like they'll have set a certain percent that you can't have as, flagged. And they flagged my name. I was like, what are you talking about? They flagged my name from a paper that I had written earlier.
Well, hello,
it's my name. Hey, Sheena.
Hi, Miss Sheena. Hi, boo. Hi.
Hey.
It's crazy. My name. Like, I am the one that's
right. That's plagiarism, but okay.
It's not going to be plagiarism. Not plagiarism. It's utilizing anything that belongs to God and you don't. Because ain't nothing new under the sun. You can't say you created or recreated something new. That's a lie. You just rearranged part, or you took it from somebody else didn't know you took it from. Like, but it's all belongs to him, so it all belongs to us. So if you don't belong to him, you're plagiaristic.
Or you just brought a different group of people's attention to it, because that's why you see 1,001 people, influencers and stuff all over the internet doing the same thing. They do the same thing, but they are not reaching the same audiences. I'm not going to identify with a middle-aged white woman with no kids, because I'm not none of that.
I don't think you would, Queen. I just don't think you would. But it's the truth. We're all particular type of bait. I'm a particular bait for certain people. They're not going to listen to me. They're probably going to listen to Doc. They're not going to listen to Doc. They're probably going to. That's okay, because we're all tailored and flavored a particular way for particular people. Like, it's just, they wasn't going to hear such and such, but they was going to hear me. Exactly. So that's what I said. Yeah. What's going on? He said you ain't got no shirt on. What's going on?
I know it keeps sliding down. I keep pulling it up, but it's like it's covered, but it's like where the screen ends. Once it starts sliding down, it just looks like I don't have on the shirt. It's hot though. It's hot.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice day. It's a really nice day. It is. Yep. Okay. I'm reading on my phone too. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into this is the latter part of our Baywatch season. I'm so excited about it. I really am. And we're back talking about board games. But we want to be a little bit more specific with these board games. One that seemed to resonate big is seriously this playing house. We out here playing house. We're gonna get that, sis. I saw you. You first. Don't let it matter. You first. We're gonna also talk about checker and chess, or rather checkmate. And so these will be the main three that we discussed today. But let's go get into that playing house.
I'm gonna just say, I definitely didn't do it. Like, yeah, I was in a non-kingdom relationship before, definitely, but I absolutely still had my own place.
Right.
Still paid all of my own bills. And because of that, when the relationship started to disintegrate and tried to take me with it, I could put my clothes in my suitcase and go home.
Queen. You see the convenience of being able to.
We didn't have to have no long drawn out. Please make up. Please, baby, please don't go. Or nah, I gotta get my stuff together before I gotta save up some money to find my own place before I can move out. So I gotta stay in. No, I ain't have to do none of that. I told him, look, this ain't working out. We going in different directions. It was cool though. I'll see you at work tomorrow. Bye.
Dang. Come on through, Ty, if you want to. Let us know. But absolutely, like, no.
Put a shirt on. I got a shirt on.
And then it's not even if y'all don't move in together, it's you playing Walt Disney, you playing house up in here as if y'all married and y'all single. It's not flying. You're not gonna you cannot ask for God's blessing and then omit him. You can't go around his order formula, none of that. Like, none of it. He's not gonna honor that because his reputation is on the line. This ain't about y'all. This ain't about y'all looking cute together. Come on, that's a childish mentality. Put this stuff away.
Being bagos and relationship hashtags and stuff. No, that's not that.
This ain't that. This is not that, Queen. This is not that. I don't know what they turned this to, like a popularity contest or something. This is not that. This is not about your preference. But it's damaging. It is damaging to have the mentality or plan around as if you guys are married and you're not, because guess what happens? People get damaged. They
Very.
get mm-hmm.
From the idea of the imaginary world created, that it is reality, but when you look at the reality,
Mm.
it's completely different. Then it's like something happens and it's like boom, you wake up and it's like, oh, this is terrible. Don't worry, it's been terrible.
Come
I
on.
promise you it has been. You just keep talking yourself out of the cues, the signs, the actions, like, oh yeah, he just doing that because da 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 da. No, he doing that because he's single. Oh, she
Queen,
just
so are
acting
you.
like that because no, she's doing that because she's
They
single.
single.
Subconsciously, you know this.
Wait,
Your
Queen.
spirit knows this. Now, whatever you want to tell yourself, that is your business.
Telling you. But is that detrimental to you? Is what I don't care what you want to tell yourself. You got to call spades spades. I promise you, me and Jesus have been out here all summer calling spades in my hand.
Okay. How many books you got? I thought I had 4 on the possible. You slapped me with that center. No, I only got one. Me. I only got me.
I only got one book back, and we ran a Boston. I only had one book. I probably every time he asks one book or it's this, nothing else. I'm telling you, I don't.
I'm done. Done with that one. We had a very good conversation about that, and I love that video that you shared with that was Jay that shared that, right, with Essence, talking about how it's like she realized that it wasn't serving her anymore. Having extramarital sex, fornicating left her nowhere.
Nowhere.
No matter how good the dude looked on paper and all that stuff, like she was like, I'm not taking that whole L. It wasn't a complete L, but it was definitely a sign that I need to sit down. So because, and that's what she said. He hadn't promised her a thing. He hadn't taken any vows. He hadn't said a word about nothing. She was making that up in her head to feel better about doing what she knew she wasn't supposed to be doing. And I was like, dang, quit telling my business.
Out of somebody's mouth, and they say that if the actions don't match it, they've said nothing. Listen, like this is serious. Like they haven't said a thing, not one thing. Nope. This is a whole thing. You got to be one whole complete. Your words got to add up. Your actions got to, and you can't fake this funk. You just can't.
And you know what? It was a video that came on after that one. It was a dude. He described it, being single and filling yourself up. He described that like as a cookout. Like you don't just show up at the cookout, because if you just show up at the cookout and you hungry and you ain't bring nothing, so you got to eat whatever's there. It might not go with your meal plan. You probably going, trying to get your body goals together, and they got all kinds of mess there. Now you got to eat that or be hungry. So all the stuff that's terrible for you gonna taste amazing because you're hungry, but you're gonna feel like trash afterwards because it wasn't good for you. You weren't supposed to be eating it. So he said, eat before you go to the cookout. Now you're not hungry. Bring a dish. So if there's nothing there that you can't eat, that you want to eat, you can at least eat what you brought. So when you put that in the perspective of a relationship, you are already full and whole by yourself. You're already happy and fulfilled. You're not looking for someone to complete you or to add anything to your life. You are grand as you are. And then not only that, you are bringing love. Already, so you already filled with love, and because you feel you overflowing, so you like, don't worry, I got a cup of love to share too. Did you want some?
Yeah. Do you want some? Do you need some? And you're not without. You're not empty at all. Everything is overflow. People don't understand that. People too ready to rush into. But it's like, if you're ready to rush into, guess what? You're not ready. You yourself aren't ready.
That desperation, man.
Sis.
It's out here like wolves.
Look, you made me think of a video. I think I may have shared it in our group before, but here it is. And I actually had to watch this video in class. I had to watch this video in class, and I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing to watch these expectations versus reality. So this is 500 Days of Summer. You remember this?
Yeah.
You remember this?
Yes.
And so, yeah, this is such a I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. Saw it in class, like I said, and ever since then. But to see this is exactly what happens when you go into these makeshift relationships with that Walt Disney mentality. The reality is the reality. You have the expectations, you have the fiction all up in the what's that amount? The left side of the screen, or is that the right for you?
Oh, the left
But let
side
me
is
go ahead and play it.
expectation. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Open wide you close, original sin. Open wide you close, original sin. Open wide you close,
Nice.
original sin.
You're tired. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So nice. Thank you. You shouldn't have.
It's the
That's so nice. Thank you so much. I'm exaggerating.
So Tom, what is it that you do?
I write greeting cards.
Tom could be a really great architect if he wanted to be.
That's unusual. I mean, what made you go from one to the other?
I guess I just figured, why make something disposable like a building when you can make something that lasts forever, like a greeting card? What?
No one's got it all. No one's got it all. No one's got it all. Flowers to the people we don't want it, we want pleasure. And it's even shadow rapers, and I guess that they're succeeding. And we're going to these meetings, but we're not doing any meeting. And we're trying to be faithful, but we're cheat. I'm the hero of the story, don't need to be saved. I'm the hero of the story, don't need to be saved. I'm the hero of the story, don't need to be saved. I'm the hero of the story, don't need to be saved. It's
All right. So yeah,
Hurt his own feelings.
did you watch him hurt his own feelings?
Yeah.
That little Walt.
And I realized I did that to myself like a lot more often than I thought I did. And I was like,
Me too, Queen. Yeah. Me too. Still playing with Barbie dolls. Me too, Queen.
Oh, he's gonna be so nice. And they ain't seen none of it. But all in my head, oh yeah, he's just not really. Probably not. Like
thing. It's kind of like when you have a conversation that you want to have with somebody, whether it's negative or positive, and you just think about all this stuff that could go wrong or what to say, and you never even say it. And instead, if you just pick up the phone and be in that moment, you don't have to make up no script. Like it's like this is the Tyler Perry generation. You don't have to make up a script. Just say, be you. Can you be yourself? Be you and just say, be straight, check motive. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta, child. I'm telling you, this is how we live in our lives, and we're understanding why we're defeated, why we're giving up on love, or we blaming love or other people. No, look at what we're doing to ourselves. Playing house.
Woo! And I'm pretty sure if she's engaged at this point, then that means that she was always treating him like that. The reality, that was always how she treated him. Platonic and at arm's length, because she had been bonding with this man, all that stuff. Because I'm sure he didn't just roll over. I think I'm going to propose to her and ruin this man's expectations. Like,
yes, Ty, I did. Yes, Ty, I did. When he laughing, his expectations
way out of line. Flag on the play.
Yes, a huge flag. And yes, the Tyler Perry generation. Everybody got a script for you. Everybody like, well, you could have said, no, babe, no, I couldn't. You could have said it like this. No, babe, we're gonna try it again. I'm a particular type of bait. For a reason, he put in me the way that I was gonna say it. And for whoever to receive it was supposed to receive it from me this way. And if you need something that's like a little bit down and it's, I guess, I don't know, go find somebody else. You're going to always get it roll like this. It's going to always be like this. I'm done apologizing for it. I shouldn't. I myself. But yes, Tyler Perry generation. Everybody got a script for you. Everybody, you could have, should have said.
And even with the shoulda, could, they still ain't never straightforward. It's never like the stuff that they suggest that you say is still never a straightforward response. It's still never a straightforward like approach or none of that. It's always something left out, or you probably shouldn't have shared all of that or said all. Well, I said it, and like now the ball is in their court.
Right.
Because that's what I be about. Like, I'm not gonna stand here dribbling the ball all day. I'm not a one-person team. I'm not gonna take all the shots. I'm not gonna none of that. No, I'm gonna do whatever my role is, whatever my position to play. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna pass you the ball. And if you don't pass it back to me, I'm good.
I'm about to go put on my stuff. Somebody roll up the buses. It's time to go. It ain't no
Last time I checked, NBA players on the bench still make millions.
You see him?
I'll sit on the bench.
I'll sit on the bench, sis. Somebody go give me a good book. Somebody go give me something I can just draw on. I will sit and be like, good game, fam. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Let me sit here. They hired me to look pretty. And I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Jatai, you want to comment on playing house before we move on to the next?
Guilty. I've done that before. And like she said, it's annoying when like now they gotta sleep on your couch because they gotta find time to figure out where they're going. After it's nice to have a clean break. Have a mature conversation and come to a mutual agreement that it's over. But no, when you play house, like you said, you can't do that. You can't do that. So, yeah. Not a good idea to play house at all.
You could have never came out the gate like that. That's how you do end up with folks on your couch. That's
Be tired of seeing their face. You on your way home from work. You could be tired as a dog. You think, dang, I gotta see this.
Now see what you did.
You were still out in your car just.
What you did, and there was the moment today when you start playing and you see people, and you start like get into love. You see people are not who they are. They are very less interesting than you imagined them to be. You like, who did I think they were?
That's the one. Or you mess around and you're deeper in love than they are. Like, you're ready to do the work. You're ready to put in the effort to do the work. That's what love is. Not just like, this. No, that's not love. The love is like, it doesn't matter what it is that you're trying to do or you got going on. We arm in arm. We going. But in their mind is, I have to go do, I need to. And when they have that I versus we mentality,
that's it. That's the people. That's the thing. The words are there. Don't play like I ain't even know what was the sign. And please stop praying to Jesus to send you a sign again. Wicked and adulterous generation. Please stop that. He's not sending you a sign. Get that sign. This is what you're gonna get that in the back of your neck. Listen, he done already told you. You knew what was up. You can hear it in folks' conversation when they say you can watch them talk in the past or the present. They're using improper verb. They supposed to be using a singular verb and they said plural. It's like, hold up, what was this? They'll throw in something in the conversation that has nothing to do with the conversation. And it's like, Okay.
I done caught a couple people at that time, and they hope you wasn't listening that close or like missed it or like no. Let's rewind. What was that? You said you was with who with the word? And the word for the what? Hold on, let me roll back to this text. You said when I text you and asked you, this is where you said you was.
How
you forget where you were?
Okay, caught. Because again, you thinking them words don't mean nothing. You come across the wrong folks. Like we are in preparation for ourselves, so we're not accepting less than folks that's not preparing. Why would we? It doesn't make sense. If that's the case, that means everybody else that we rejected, we got to go back and apologize, and we're not doing it because God ain't doing that to Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm just saying, He not. He ain't apologizing. He said what he said. He's still saying what he's saying. So he not so I'm not going back and apologize to folks that I was like, no, you know what I'm saying, the hair standard. But then
this ain't gonna work for me. No. And I ain't finna turn around and go and do the same thing that I just said. This ain't gonna work for me, and I just go and do the same thing with somebody else.
Nope, that's not so that I'm lying.
I done got picked up and removed from that cycle.
Sis.
And I prayed and I asked for it. I said, please remove me from this pain. I do not want to keep in this cycle. And sure enough, I tried to have an adult, emotionally vulnerable, open and communicative conversation with him about that whole situation, and he was speechless. Literally, he said, I don't even know what to say to that. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, I know I'm distant, but I don't. So you know you're distant, and then you're going to proceed to not explain why you're distant. That means you don't even know why you're distant.
Right.
I don't have time for that. I'm not your therapist, sir. I'm not. Get you a therapist, and if you find yourself and you can understand all that and you ready to have it, then we can have that conversation. We can see where we're gonna go from there. But as far as all the other stuff, it's not building nothing. It's not adding to anything. It's not promoting nothing. We have no foundation for nothing. Not even friendship. I'm good.
Goodbye. You're not even interested in who I am, my being, what I do. Like, are you for real? Like, folks just want to play house. Folks just want to be sleeping with folks. No, you have to understand at some point, hey man, grow up. And another thing too, grow up to the point where you're teaching your children not to even desire stuff like that. Like, it's not even, come on.
And then when you understand why, you can tell your kids why, because they're going to ask you why, and you're going to have to tell them why. Don't do that because I said so. No, because you're setting them up for failure. They need to know why.
Put the gun in their hands. You think it's the streets? No, it's not. It's stemming from the crib. You putting the guns in there, you might as well shoot them yourself if you ain't going to educate them. That's why I think that we got the system all wrong. Depending on the age, we need these parents going to juvenile detention. Because it's your failure, not theirs. How they don't even know. They being responsible for some stuff as an adult that they don't even understand. You the adult. You know, I mean, I'm telling you. I like that time. A mentor said that a woman shouldn't even know where you live until it's real for real. Certain stuff, if this ain't sick, because it can get different. It can get different. People get okay. And you'll wish, like, I wish ain't no I stayed at. If it ain't that, cut it. Meet me somewhere. I'm telling you, like she's saying about the consequences. When you understand the consequences of some stuff. Go ahead, Doc. You want to comment on that?
No, I was just saying, keep it simple. It keeps it real simple. And that's the thing. Like, the simpler you keep it, the easier it is to see people's complexities. People are complex. We are complex.
Come on.
The simpler you keep stuff that people are involved in, the easier it is to see their complexity. Everyone isn't going to be complex in the same way. That's why we're unique. And you have to be able to keep both of you in a situation where you can pay attention to each other and actually get to know each other's complexities.
That's it. Hell, you should want to. This is my thing. Why are you showing up in this relationship? For what? For the seat, for the position? You should want to. You should take a vested interest, like, okay, let me see what they're doing. And this is on both ends. Don't believe just because we are to submit under your rulership, not dominion. We're submitting under you. That don't mean that we ain't got nothing here to do. Ours should complement each other, and so you should be just as in tune and investing in what I am here to do as I'm into. It's going to all come together. It's for the overall of him, So it's like, if you ain't into like what it is I'm doing, you really truly care about the real mission, not the clout, the mission. Come on, man.
What about loyalty? Ty?
What about
it? What does that have to do with anything?
That can't fly it, bro.
Exactly. That doesn't have a thing to do with a thing.
Not one thing. And that's the thing. That's some street stuff. That's some stuff.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. This don't have nothing to do with loyalty. That's everybody talk about that. This don't have nothing to do with trust. This don't even have nothing to do with commitment. This has to do with devotion. This one thing you do. We were just talking about that, being precise. If you're over here dedicated to one, that's why he's telling you can't serve two masters. It's one or none. You can't keep doing. Everybody want to be a jack of all. No, fam, it is one thing you do. Or you just all over the place. Or like she said, it's accuracy with everything else, and it's still not one complete 100 precise with everything. No, you can't do that.
It's wasteful. It is wasteful.
Oh God, the word wasteful.
Gluttony. That's what that is. You're being gluttonous with someone else's vessel.
Sis, someone.
How are you? That person don't belong to you.
We talk about that because
you trying to out of somebody else's cup. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Do it again. Out of somebody else's cup. Do it again. What are you doing?
Put their cup there.
Trying to will their way. That's not your job. Because here's the thing: when you're doing that, you're pulling them away from God towards you. You don't think he got a problem with that? You don't think he's not gonna take that up with you? Like, look at what it is that you're trying to do when you're trying to manipulate things to go your way. And here's another thing too: you pay your way. You pay your way. And when I tell you, he'll sit there and watch to see how far you go, how low you go, how much you'll pay before you get tired of you, before you get tired of doing your things your way. But yeah, lawyers who ain't got nothing to do with nothing. What is that? Two women on the same. Wait, I had two women show up
on the same day, different time.
Prerogative.
Oh, they just popped up.
Right.
He said show up like they knew where he lived, and they just popped up, and then his mentor gave him the advice. They shouldn't even know where you live, so they can't pop up.
No, bro. Let me tell you something. They try.
Loyalty is not a part of love.
Not a part of love. They're trying to make that a part of love. See, this makeshift stuff. This is stuff, bro.
Say that right now.
Bro, that don't have nothing to do.
Loyalty is something that knights and stuff vowed to their kings and queens and things to protect them. Like loyalty is like, I promise I will die for you and all. That's what loyalty is. Love is not dying for someone. No, love is living for someone. It's much harder to do that. When you die, guess what? You get rest, you get peace, you get all of that. Imagine having to live and go through pain and suffering and work and put in effort. That is love. Don't be loyal to me. Love me.
Love me.
Because when you love me properly, guess what? I won't have to question nothing about your loyalty because you're going to treat me properly. You're going to respect me in a way that is deserving of loyalty. So it's going to be, I won't even have to mention it. You don't even got to say it.
It never comes up.
There's no need to say it.
We just throw these words out here. I'm telling you. But when you look at love, it is about devotion. This one thing I do. That's it. One person I love. So I mean, yeah, you got a right to. I mean, I know you probably saying two women showed up at different times because maybe they had to do with the housing, or they randomly popped up. King.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, no, I feel like they just showed up, like because they knew where he lived. That's why his mentor gave him the advice that you shouldn't know where you live.
Oh,
especially if you got multiples that could possibly pop, they shouldn't even know where you live.
Should not. No, no, because what you doing?
Because exactly the fact that they even feel like they have the power to pop up, because that's disrespectful to me. If you just show up at my house and you ain't text me, call me, say you was in the area, can I come by or what? Friend, whatever you think you are to me, you be standing outside. I don't care if you see my car, if you see me close shades in your face.
Your whole face. I saw you in there, and I saw you out there. See, people think now, because I'm telling you, sis, folks get to skating, they will start sliding, sis. Like they and they think that they have a right to that. And that's what, like, knowing your rights, roles, and responsibilities. You don't have nothing but friendship. Don't show up in my crib disrespectful like that without calling somebody. I don't care what we have. I don't care how many children. I don't care. This ain't never that. It's the truth. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, I had a friend that had made a whole Facebook video about people just popping up at her house. And then it's like not even like at a decent hour. This is like 2, 3 in the morning. They drunk. They got their problems. They on her doorstep banging on the door trying. And it's just like, what in the... And but that's because that's the leeway that she was extending. That's the rope that she was extending. And they kept pulling and pulling and pulling. So it is up to you to cut the rope. They should have no tie to you in a way that your marital partner does not. So if you ain't married, nobody should feel like they have the right to pop up at your house.
Yeah,
to ask where you been, what you been doing, any of that.
All that queen teach you back. Nobody should feel like when I see a message come through, tell me something, where you at? What's going on?
On my way. What you need? You need me to stop and get some, or
right? Because this is not that.
Why? What's up?
You know why I'm at, because you should be so into me. You already know what I do, where I'm at, where I'm going. That's not even a question.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock. You're doing
folks, hello. Some folks, they're insecure, so they're asking you where you at. No, you don't need to know my whereabouts like that. This is not that. What's going on? Seriously.
And honestly, me myself, I wouldn't even want my husband doing that. Like, unless I was gone. Like, if I say, I'm going to such and such, I'll be back by such and such time, and it's like 2 hours past that time, he's probably worried about me. So he asking where I am. But if I'm just getting to the place that I said I was going, and you asking where am I at? Where did I tell you I was going? What do you mean? Where am I at? Oh no. What's the issue? What's really the problem? Like we gotta talk. We gotta.
Problem is definitely your insecure problem. So what have you not dealt with in your past or your childhood? But what you're not gonna do is project that onto me. This is not that. Like, I am totally with you. If your husband, see, this is why y'all friends. If you develop the friendship before you even got into that marriage, because you're merging to one before the ceremony. So if you were already friends, ain't nobody gotta ask you where you at, where you been at. Because here's the thing, they're not concerned. If you gonna go. I'm completed. One whole complete before you. I didn't come up in here with you. I ain't gonna leave here with you. Are you crazy?
And then guess what? If you so focused on where they at and what they doing, guess what you're not focused on?
What you came to do here for the Lord. If anything, we're here to compliment each other in what we came here to do for God. So if you concerned with my whereabouts, you off track, brother. You should be focused on him. I'm focused on you. You turned around, bro. Go that way. You shouldn't have nobody in position behind you that you can't trust, or rather in front of you, because that is the position of one, but still, in order, you should have her there.
Ain't that why what's her face turned into salt? Dude turned around. They ain't get out where they were supposed to go. They say, don't look back. Look back. Oh, that's what happened.
That's why he shouldn't have
minding the wrong business.
Don't know how to be obedient. See, when you not obedient and you turn around because you're just like, oh, what? You don't listen. You see, even with children, that's why your children should be able to hear your voice. Like Foot, Jonathan, they should be able to hear their parents' voice when they be like, no.
She pop up and she come running. She's like, hold on. She be in the dishwasher. I'm like, Duda, come here. You hear her slam the door. She come running. What's up? I wasn't in the dishwasher.
Mom's voice. And that's the same thing for parents. That's the same thing for wives. For her, you should know that voice. So ain't no point. That's for us with God. You should know God's voice. What to do when not, man? Hey, we gotta stop. We gotta do better.
Yep, cut out the foolishness.
We gotta do way better because we supposed to be here for him, and we still here stuck on us.
Selfish.
Sis, it's starting to get sickening. Come on, y'all. Y'all know this living ain't right. Y'all know it is. I don't know why y'all just trying to justify it. We ain't gonna get nowhere. We got about 12 more minutes. Let's talk about, because what we've been talking about technically is checkers, which is checking her or checking ourselves. Like we check ourselves. That's the one thing about Rock True Queens. Ain't nobody should have to come along to tell you nothing. Check yourself, which is the true checkmate. Ain't nobody got to tell you. Come on.
Mm-hmm. And also, when you check yourself, you put yourself in a position to where you can check others, because you can't get the splintering out of their eye when you got to log in yours. So when you have your discipline together and you have checked yourself, and you like, oh, this ain't it. So when somebody else doing it, like you can be like, oh, that ain't it. They're like, how do you know? Because trust me, I've been there and I done already got myself wrong. I don't trust me. It's different. The grass is greener on this side.
This way, friend. And here's the thing. Here's another thing too, real quick. No matter if you guys ever turn off on marriage lane or not, your job to be a Rock True friend does not stop. It's not negated. You are still supposed to be a friend, and somebody's like everybody you come across and come along. I don't care if y'all don't. You were supposed to correct. You wasn't supposed to tolerate or accept. Period.
Yep.
Period.
And that's why the extramarital friends get that. I don't stop. No, they don't stop being your friend. What they stop being is your confidant, because that's the whole purpose of marriage. Your business is now your marriage partner's business. Yes. So if you telling your business to somebody else, you telling their business. Because they're like, well, why couldn't you go to your wife with this? Why couldn't you go to your husband with this? What problem am I supposed to solve when it's not doing nothing for my household?
Teaching queen.
Stop telling people your business. If it's something that you can't tell your spouse about, then you need to keep that between you and God.
And you need to talk to God while you can't talk to your spouse about it, because more than likely, guess what? Y'all never develop Rock True friendship, because it shouldn't be nothing you shouldn't have been able to say to your friend. And one thing a lot of people like to say is like, yeah, you know, marriage, once you get in it, you got to build. And no. If you got in it right, whole one complete, it ain't no fixing problems while you all in it. There is marital bliss. He blesses that. It's because you did a makeshift and now you're trying to change directions. And it's difficult because you have to stop to turn. When you're shifting, this is part of that shift culture. This is how far deep it goes. When you shift and you ain't got to do nothing but slow down a little bit, because you still headed down south. You still headed in the wrong direction. But now you're trying to turn in a whole different direction inside of a marriage, and you expect it to be smooth. It's called a halt stop. Y'all both got to look at each other and say, okay, is this really what it's supposed to be? And decide to proceed further in him the right way. Because you didn't invite him. No, you didn't. You didn't. You had a whole marriage. You did not,
or you know you're doing something you ain't got no business doing. So why are you doing it? If it's something that you know that your spouse would not be on board with you, if they not gonna be, that's my baby, go ahead, then why are you doing it? And you can't talk to them about it afterwards, like that the show The Upshaws. I really like that show because they were very raw and real with their marital problems. Like, dude had an extramarital kid, and then at the end of the season he had a son outside of the marriage, and she stayed. Like they worked it out, and then they finally started, blending the families. Like, okay, well, he still needs his father. Yes, you're here with us, but I decided to stay. We decided to work it out, so we finna do that. And, they really had to work through that. And then she wanted to go back to school. And that was another issue that they had to work through because she needed support from the whole family. And they had to, make that adjustment instead of her just taking that back seat like, well, dang, since, everybody got this going on, or it's going to be too hard on everyone, I'm going to just put it on the back burner. No, we finna figure this out. And if I'm going to be tired and y'all going to be tired too then.
That's it. No, that's it. Like, we figure it out as a family unit. But like you're saying, the communication is there. We're not talking about it. No matter how I'm feeling. Here's the thing. Yes, we do have feelings to be checked. We have emotions and feelings to be checked. You should not be still dealing with the same feelings over and over and over again. No, it should be less and less and less and less. So your response time to whatever it is going on increases. You can't keep staying in your feelings. You got to check this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So check yourself. They are there to be checked, but you should be able to openly express that to the other person without shifting blame.
Yep.
Without trying to tell them it's their problem. No, this is my problem. This is how I am feeling. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying me. You know, you have to be able to do that. And then somebody that's listening, you got to be able to do that without agreeing with them. Because we got a quick way to be like, or yeah, no. And you don't agree. You think you agree. And like you were saying, somebody talking to somebody outside of their spouse, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a cosigner.
Exact. Boom. There it is. You're not looking to be checked, corrected, and realigned. No, you want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I ain't going with you.
Somebody be like, girl, because I get it too. And trust you me, you're going to find her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You're going to find somebody to commiserate with and not give any type of useful solutions or none of that. Because it's not their problem. If you solve that problem, it's not going to benefit them in any way. They have no incentive to help you solve anything going on in your marriage but your spouse.
No, none. Their stuff ain't working for them, and it ain't gonna work for you either, sis.
And then on top of that, like your emotions, if it's because your feelings are already telling you wrong. Your feelings are already telling you wrong. If your feelings are stopping you from moving a situation forward, from progressing, your feelings are already telling you are on the wrong path. This is not something you progress down. This ain't where we going now. Pull back, chill out, sit, think about it. This ain't it.
Teach us now. You are teaching, telling you the truth, and that's the first lit indicator. Like that's the first lit tap on the A, man. This may not be what you want to do, you know, but you ignore it because it's what you want. You ain't thinking like, because here's the thing, you know, just take what you want. Take what you want. Align that. Align it, but like you said, you know it ain't gonna align, and so you go outside. This is the same falling behavior. You go right on outside where you can go to somebody else. That's why you got all these other stuff that's popping up and around, because these are places that will go ahead and co-sign your BS. And you got real people, real friends that's like, no, I will not. I shall not. I won't not. I won't. And that's rock true love. That's rock true friendship. So final remarks, Doc. We got 5 minutes. Board games.
And then even that, the board games, why are you somewhere where you're bored? If it is not stimulating you, if it is not inspiring you, you are in the wrong place with the wrong person. And I don't care how much time you invested, how much money you invested, it does not matter. There are when you on the train, when your stop comes up, do you not get off the train just because you paid for a train ticket?
That's oh my God, Doc, stop.
So when that relationship, that interaction, that marriage has run its course, you got to have that serious conversation and say, I'm not feeling inspired by what we got going on. How can we fix this? And if they don't want to fix that with you, then that's abandonment. That's for one. And you can divorce them.
You can divorce them. Abandonment, adultery, and abuse. There you go. You just got your 3 outs. But you cannot accept the out. You can't just be like, okay, cool. I'm cool with the abandonment and then bring it back up. No.
You've already forgiven them. They slate is clean. Once they do it and you stay.
No double jeopardy, babe. They got a whole movie about it. No double jeopardy. You can't be charged for the same crime twice. Y'all just think this no, it applies here. It applies in the court of law. You cannot bring that bad boy up twice, because here's the thing. You want him to bring up yours? All right. We're going to go ahead. Anything else, Doc? Because we can go ahead and get out of here. You said it all, Queen.
I mean, you know, they riding trains past they stop with pocket full of stones and all. I don't know. It's mayhem. Madness.
Where's mayhem, man? We got to do the commercial with mayhem. I got to tell Will to be mayhem, because this is madness. This is it right here. Like, I really want us to like get it together, like just for the next generation. Like, it's just really starting to get out of hand. And just seriously, with this homosexual movement, we have got to stop playing. This is not about preference. This is about our race, not just a race, but a race as a people, not just the color of our skin. Like we are seriously going to die out if we don't have life in our culture. Like, do you get that? Like, it can't be oxymoronic. We can't have life and practice death. That's not gonna work. And so we have to start reteaching. This is our job, man. This is our job. Speaking of which, I don't know if you got little emails, but I've sent out a few emails. What I'm doing currently is creating Rock True Class, which will be our actual school. And we'll actually start offering classes on different things from Baywatch. All three sections of Baywatch is part of it. And then we have Queendom Courtship and Charm School and all those different things that we have. I think it's about one, two, four, probably about 9 or 10 classes already created or recreated. But we'll have our school finally. Like, well, God is, you know what He's doing. So I mean, seriously, it's just time for us to teach Rock True Class. It's a culture. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and that's oh my God. I know. Okay, we got one more minute. The fungus,
Oh yeah,
show.
you watched it?
Well, I watched the beginning of it, and I definitely watched the end when they were talking about the
nap
peel.
in the middle.
I know, but one thing I like the one thing I love what the lady was saying before I came, it was actually replaying when I came back to the house. The one thing that the lady was saying, about love, and how we have to get back to the way we treat each other, but most importantly, how we receive our own love. You know what I'm saying? Being knowing that you're good enough to be loved, you're good enough
Yeah.
to be
I teared up on that part. I was like,
because it's the
like when you just know that you're loved and that you're safe and you're protected and it's like, oh, yeah.
And you deserve to be important to somebody else. I'm telling you, Queen, and this is on a mushroom video. So
I know, right?
I'm not kidding it. Like, but it's so how they connected everything really to creation and the creator. And it's just like, I don't care what you're doing, there's no getting around him. Every
At
avenue
all. At all.
him, sis.
Oh, and you know what? Watching that, I sat there and I was like, it's funny how like society really tries to separate science from spirituality, and you can't. Because even when they was talking about evolution, I was like, you know what? They literally just said this is Genesis. He made everything before he made man. Man was pulled from the dirt. He didn't say he pulled actual dirt and dust. No, he was pulled from the dirt. That could be a monkey. Monkeys live in dirt. Like they look dirty. They was hairy and dirty. Okay. Exactly. And we all go back to it. And I was just like, all they doing is just proving the point even more. And it's like when you really think about it, and then it's like we don't know how much time it took on our scale. We are on human time. God is on His time. We said 6 days. We don't know.
We don't know. We just said days. 1,000 days is like one. They say 1,000 days is like one to God. They're not saying that it is.
Exactly. They don't know that.
They don't know. So if it's as like, that doesn't mean that it is. That is just, it could be comparable to, but it's still not a definite. So we're going with accuracy versus precision. I always got to throw that out there because that is the dopest like thing right now for 2021. Accuracy versus precision. But seriously, like all roads point back to God. All roads point back to proving His theory from the beginning. And guess what? It's not even what you think. It's just love.
Yep.
Love. He's proven that love is the basis. Love is the catalyst. Like no matter what, culture is important, and culture is love. If you do not culturize the environment of love, like we would die off as a people. And that was the one thing that the man was saying. Like it ain't even so much about it's how we treat each other. And if we don't treat each other right and in respect to nature, we will die.
Yep.
We will die.
And the earth will not miss us. Because guess what? The mushroom's going to come, decompose everything. Trees are going to pop up. Everything's going to grow back up and flourish again. The water is going to do whatever it needs to do. And then we're going to have to start back from scratch.
That's it. Back from Isn't that not the same thing? Again, you going about, what are you doing? We're all going back to origin. So it proves it. It proves it. All right, Doc. Let's get on out of here. RockSingle, absolutely nothing, man. Master you. I am so serious. Master, you out
Yes.
here, y'all. It is our children. It is our children. It is our children that we need to be thinking about. We need to be thinking about generations, our children, at least 4 down, that you are infecting and affecting with his change, yo. For real. Like, think about them. If not, if you feel like your life over, listen, think about them. Okay, please. I just want them to have healthy as much as they can because, man. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Peace. Rock true. Absolutely.